Hello YouTube fans, I'm back again, and now I'm talking about cannibal films. Why not this one? The nastiest of the cannibal films, unless you run into Cannibal avatars. The one that was the most well known of the video nasties, and one of the most banned in the most of the British countries. That being Cannibal Ferox, as you can see. Banned in 31 countries. I originally got this in the UK, silly me, cut to fucking pieces. If you're going to go for any, get it online, buy it if you want to do it the legal way, or however else you want to do it, because in the UK this film is banned to fuck. I mean, it's cut, well, it's banned originally. This film is cut to fuck. The uncut one is the one to go for. Now, if you know when you get the uncut one, because it will have this line here, the most violent movie ever made, bollocks, but it is definitely a disturbing one. It definitely holds up at this point of the cannibal films being nasty. Now we're going to go with it. You've got the music, a little bit disco music at the beginning, and you've got this lad in it who gets shot. This is a bit where I've got to be a bit, because it feels like you've got two movies in one. What I mean by two movies, you've got this guy in it. Now, the guy he was in, Eaten Alive, and he was also in Cannibal avatars. But in this, I just thought he was barely in it. The woman I thought was a bit boring, and I just wanted to focus on the people in the fucking jungle, because he never really went anywhere with them, and it was to do with the bad guy you'll later see in the film. It starts off anyway, you've got these young people, you know, university students, and they're doing research on cannibals, and long and behold they go to a jungle and they meet the bad guy and this other guy. The bad guy's to do with the other story. I never really thought the other story was that interesting, you know what I mean, but there's definitely a lot of animal cruelty again in the film, a lot of animal death scenes, and it definitely doesn't fuck around in the disturbing bits. The guy's done a story of what's happened, and you know it's bullshit. You know the guy's fucking evil. They even have seen it make up. One of the native girls tortures her, shoots her in the fucking head. This is his big mistake, because they get tattooed by cannibals. Now, I'm half breaking this in parts, because you know my YouTube channel is not really that big. But you can tell when it's the uncut one, because in America, this was called Make Them Die Slowly, where in every other parts of the country it was called Cannibal Ferox, again the most banned film ever. The acting in it that day and the dubbing is fucking horrendous, but if you're going in for day acting and you're going into it for good dubbing, you're going to be disappointed, because this is definitely a nasty film. And if you got it for the blood and gore, definitely go for the uncut one. They get tattooed anyway by cannibals, and there's one girl in it who's quite good actors actually, called Barbara. Quite pretty, I think that's was playing in this. But have you ever seen another film called Last House on Dead End Street, which got told up, quite a good looking girl, and the one who plays the bad guy was also in the house on Dead End Street, not Dead End Street, sorry. That's another video nasty. House on Edge of the Park. That's the house on the edge of the park, it was called. It's funny enough, that's two actors who are in the same fucking film. But again, they get tattooed by cannibals. They're put on these bamboo bots, which looks a bit like this, if you can see it. Now on the uncut one, the bad guy, the scumbag of the film, gets, let's just say, gets a private part of his anatomy cut off, and on the uncut one you do definitely see it get cut off. But they don't want to kill him, because what he did, he got one of the natives before this. Dad was doing the story, the one who you think he later dies, this lad who was with him, and he was doing the story, right? And what happened to him was he died, and they got the native, they tortured him because they was trying to get emeralds and diamonds. They couldn't get it, and he cut his eye off and cut that off. So the cannibals sort of paid him back by cutting his manhood off. Definitely sold it. It's pretty disturbing. Good effect, but definitely not. I wouldn't recommend eating something where you're watching it. For any man seeing that, not very nice to see. It does, however, have to say music, what do you usually need in alive? The other film I reviewed, which is also that a good film, as you know, the Video Nasty, one of the popular ones. They all get tortured and all get an horrible death. They don't kill the die, but they're sort of blind, he's ruined. The brother of the Durgo barber dies to get away. And what happens to him? He gets shot with a poisonous dart in his chest, falls down fucking dead. But the one who gets the worst death has to be the one called, I don't remember her name, could be around London here. Ruby, I think her name was Ruby. And what they do to her is, don't bother the cut one because you don't see it, but in the uncut ones you get barbed wire, shove it in the breast, hang her up by her breasts, not shitting you, and they stand there and watch her bleed to death. They fucking watch her bleed to death. The guy does get away, the scumbag. He gets caught. His punishment is he gets his hand cut off. Literally gets his hand cut off. And then they get him. They have this man-made thing what the cannibals have made out of wood. And it holds his head. And they slice half his fucking head off. They tuck into his fucking brains. And they're literally eating his fucking brains. They're eating his fucking brains. Definitely graphic. The one who died, they got him by the way, they caught him and they're eating his insides. But Barbara's the smart one. I think her name was Barbara, her name could have been Ruby, but she manages to get away because one of the cannibal lads feels bad. He's a young lad and he helps her. And they aim to escape. He gets speared because he accidentally walks into his own fucking cannibal trap, like a dickhead. She's about to kill herself because she thinks I'm stuck in a fucking jungle, but she doesn't. And you get these poachers, you know, people who are poaching for fucking monkeys. And by accident, they find her, she gets rescued, and she wins an award. People think that her brother and her mates got killed by crocodiles, I think it was alligators, whatever, it's one or the other. And she wins an award. But then she pauses with her face, and to me, that's how it sort of ended with that. The uncut one, again, is the one to go for. The acting is fucking horrendous, the dubbing is shit, but if you're going into it for blood and gore, you're definitely going to get it in fucking pockets. Definitely is a hardcore film, and it's definitely hard to watch. The girl who gets her breasts and hung up, you feel sorry for her because she's telling a really sad story about her father dying of cancer. And then when you see what the cannibals do, it's alright, she was a bit durable, but she wasn't a scumbag like the die. Again, they've got a lot of animal cruelty in it. There's a scene where you've got this cute little rodent and it's tied up and you've got a big sack of cobra strangling the thing and cussing it to death. Very hard to watch. There's even a scene in it where the dude is hanging it on the fucking truck. So there's a lot of cruelty to animals, a lot of, you know, your typical deaths to animals and killing of animals, which was done a lot in the cannibal films. I do know that a lot of people said that this was a rip-off of Cannibal Holocaust. I've got to disagree. It's its own fucking film, and you do get two actors who are in Cannibal Holocaust. You get one of the guys who sort of like the lone sack and a bit of the story, what didn't interest me. Didn't interest me, this woman and this cop. But the one who played the cop, as I just said, was also in Cannibal Holocaust. The ones that say it was a scary movie, like it says, you obey the thief that night, but it's definitely a hard one to watch. But you want to see a proper Video Nasty, banned in 31 countries, go for Cannibal for Ferox, or in America, make them die slowly. Definitely is a disgusting film. And you can tell it's the uncut one when you hear a woman's voice, what actually says the most violent movie ever made, describing how graphic it is. But the uncut version of Cannibal Ferox, that's the one that we'll go for. It's definitely got meat to the bone. Other than that, see you later.